What is good, everyone? Hello, hi. Thank you guys for dropping by. Uh, hey Dilly, hey Cowstoop, hey Jay. How you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Yeah, we got some more Higurashi to do today. I don't know. It the whole thing has haunted me for a week, and I'm pretty scared, to be honest, because this has been a roller coaster of scary eyes, and I don't like those. So let's see if we can actually get this done today. I feel like we're pretty close to the end from the way the story has been progressing. So if that is the case, that would be pretty cool. Hello there, Rena Simp. Yeah, that's me. No, the delete. That's me. Hello there, Marcel. Also, congrats on you two winning those gambles. I'm always very glad that happens. The late Noji, yeah. You guys might notice that I'm looking kind of tired, or more tired than before. That's because stuff happened. We've had an eventful weekend of thunderstorms that proceeded to flood our apartment partways. Where we had the water running down the walls and killing our electricity, and the cat is still sick, unfortunately. They didn't find anything, as they also didn't find anything the last time we went to the vet, which was a few months ago. So we're currently thinking she just has a bad stomach, and it'll be over soon. She hasn't thrown up a lot over the weekend, but she still does. So we're still kind of worried, but she's been doing better, which is also the reason why we're not doing a snacky time today. Because yeah, I'm still not sure if she's over it, and I don't want her to get back to having stomach problems. And those snacks are very, very yummy, apparently, but they also aren't the best for her stomach. So we're putting a hold on that for as long as we have to make sure she's fine. The doctor said once she has stopped throwing up for 2 days straight without a single throw up, we're probably good to get her back to normal food. But right now she's getting mostly chicken, actually, like cooked chicken, because that seems to be very good for her stomach. And also I don't really know the English name for that stuff. It's gastrointestinal food. That is basically just food that is easy on the stomach. It's very expensive. So I hope we can stop that soon, but it seems to help, right? So yeah, it's getting better, but we still gotta be careful. Hope things get better soon. Yeah, so do I. Also, I don't know, not all of you guys are on the Discord, and not everybody that's on the Discord is active there, but I posted about my hard drive taking a dive because Kiriko decided she had to throw it off my table, and it's broken now, and it had about 3 terabytes of footage and scripts and recordings for the channel on there, so we lost a lot of work. I will hit up the store probably tomorrow, maybe on Thursday, depending on how it plays out, and hope that they can either fix the hard drive or at least get the data, so I don't lose like months of work, because that's actually what it is. I really, really, really am scared, because there's a lot of stuff on there that I wanted to use, and I don't want to get all of that again, all that footage. I don't want to rewrite the scripts that I already have done. So yeah, it's been pretty not so great weekend, but we're here now. We're here for Higurashi, so let's do that, because that is cloud save. So even if my hard drive dies, not that it's on there, but still, we don't lose that. So we can do it. I hope you don't lose your RIN folders. Don't worry, those are on the internal drives. I'm not losing those. Anyways, how about we start? Whoa! Oh no! Did I turn that on again? I thought it was still off. All right, so I guess we're doing push-ups, and I'm probably getting judged again for how badly I'm doing them. Did I clean up at least a little bit? Yeah. All right, let's see. Before we do that, I need to open NVIDIA Broadcast so I can disable the green screen. There we go. We got the real room. We got the snacky time screen. Also, thank you, Jay, for redeeming that. I really appreciate you so much. Anyways, let's get to it. Can you even see, or do I have to put it down further like that? Does that work? That seems good. Or do I take my shoes off for that? I don't even know. Out of the way. We're good now. Let's go. All right. You know what the weirdest thing about this is? And also the worst thing? I still feel the ones we did last week. I am so out of shape that it's not even funny. Alright, let's go back to gameplay. There we go. Gotta fix the camera up again. That seems good. Please tell me I can gamble. Of course you can. Of course you can gamble. Hello, Schiff. You will become strong, streamer man. Over time, yes. Alright. Okay. So, Higurashi, after almost 10 minutes of talking crap. Oh no, you actually also want... Why does everybody win the gambling? Oh, I clicked start again, right? Oh no. Oh no, exit. I always click start. I'm not supposed to click start. I have 69. Nice. Alright. Let's go. Last thing that happened was Rena talking to us alone with the bat and the wind and the creepiness, and yeah. Let's just hope that we can survive today. That would be nice. I would like that. How much is Giga Noji? I think 75 or something. Wog to you as well. I'm sorry. Okay. Satoshi and I had what? All my well-planned actions throughout the day turned out to have been nothing more than a reenactment of what Satoshi had done. Satoshi, had he really been in the same situation as I was now? The friends he had gotten along with had changed suddenly, and for no reason, at least none that I had noticed, planned to kill him? See, this is the weird part. I also haven't noticed any reason, so I don't think they're actually out to kill him. I actually went to sleep to your last Higurashi stream. It was nice. Are you crazy? Give me points. It's better for the old man. You're fat. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's very, very nice to be told that. You're British. That's not really a lot better, though. Okay. Then, fearing for his life as I am, he got a bat to protect himself and carried it around every day to practice his swing. And then one day, suddenly, he transferred. My blood went cold, causing a prickling sensation to course through my veins. Starting near my heart, it radiated outwards from the top of my head to the soles of my feet, chilling every part of me without recourse. What did she mean by transfer? What did she mean by transfer? Was Satoshi still at wherever he transferred to? Was he the only one who would be able to understand me? Or, oh, are we gonna search for him? Maybe we're not close to the end. Would he be able to tell me why it all ended up like this? More importantly, where did he transfer to? What did she mean by transfer? What did she mean by transfer? Before I knew it, I was at my front door. The frigid knob was hard to turn. The frigid knob? I thought it was summer. He's a proud, obese male. I'm not an elf, though. You're soon to be buffed, though, so Shiv is invalidated. I think the Dilly is saying you're boring and he fell asleep because he was overdosed on boredom. Damn. You really got it out for me. Bro, Chad woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I think so, too. Why am I getting bullied here? Alright. Was nobody home? Oh, no. Are the parents dead? Are the parents dead? Did the parents get killed? Or did the parents get whooshed away? His parents have been evacuated. It wasn't that odd of an occurrence. I reached into my pocket and pulled out the single key attached to my fur seal keychain. Oh, it's the dick. The fur seal keychain. It's the cute. Don't leave the door open. Do not leave the door open. I stepped into the entryway. Just as I was about to take my off my shoes, a chill ran down my spine. A chill? What happened? Someone had entered right behind me. Oh my god. Holy fucking... Oh my god. What the fuck is that sound effect? That was creepy. Okay. Who is it? It's probably gonna be Rika or something, right? Somebody completely inconspicuous. Like a classmate messing around, standing right up against my back. You're kidding, right? It had to be my imagination. Logically speaking, it was impossible for someone to be able to hide their presence within my personal space all the way through the door. But there was undoubtedly somebody behind me. Hey now, Keiji. How do you know they're there, even though they're behind you? Because I could hear the sound of flowing hair. There's no other reason I'd hear that sound. Wait, what kind of fucking sound does flowing hair make? It doesn't make sound. I've never heard hair. That's not a... This guy is just completely broken. It doesn't whoosh. We're not talking about a fucking storm here. This is Hinamizawa. There's no wind. Exactly. Hey, McPie. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you're doing fine. Whoosh. It's not whoosh. Okay. That was the presence. Because I could hear the sound of them blinking. And what the fuck does a blink sound like? My hair screams at me all the time. I'm doing great. Thank you. Great, man. Great. I'm glad. I'm glad. Okay. Can we get a whoosh redeem? Wait, you mean the whoosh from Forspoken? I can make that, but people won't like it. I thought it was funny though. Okay, blinking. Don't bonk me. Cage Mayabara, there's no way you could hear that. My most base instincts were warning me of the presence. Common sense was telling me that it was just my imagination. It was just my imagination. There was nobody behind me. I began to erase the mental image of an eerie figure standing behind me. But at the same time, I asked myself, if there was nobody, then what was that feeling? As an uncomfortable sensation crawled up my spine. Actually, wouldn't it be better if there was somebody there? Yeah, because that would mean you're not crazy. I think Keiichi has super hearing. Does he now? If there was nobody there when you turned around, would you be able to accept that? I'd be able to answer all those questions just by looking behind me. But I didn't have enough courage to even do that simple task. All right, I could try speaking to them. Great idea. The person behind me might answer me. It was a random thought. I didn't care how I went about it, just so long as I didn't have to turn around. Wouldn't it be funny if there was a mirror right in front of him, and he just doesn't notice? If I had calmed down and thought about it, I would have known that wouldn't have solved anything. Who is it? I spoke in such a hoarse, broken voice that I couldn't believe it was my own. I could almost feel them contemplating their response. I felt it. There's no way I should be able to do that. Calm down, Keiichi. It's all in your head. That time, I was certain I heard it. As if hesitantly trying to answer my inquiry, I was certain I could hear the sound of somebody inhaling. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it clearly. It was a girl. A young girl. I didn't know who, but is it really Rika? A tiny speck of courage in me, however reckless it was, inspired a primal, yet fitting solution to this current predicament. A scream! All the force in my body released from my lungs and through my throat, seizing all thought processes in my head. Suppressing all my thoughts and emotions, I began to collapse like a house of cards, somehow managing to twist my body and look back as I did so. The scream emoji? I'm not screaming. It was definitely there. Right there. Somebody was there. Until the moment I turned around, until I brought the area behind me into my field of vision, they were definitely there. Falling face up, my eyes traced the remnants of the presence suspended in the empty space. It couldn't be. They were invisible. They looked like they weren't there, but were they actually still standing there? As I screamed, all the emotions I was holding back burst free in a violent wave. However, I was decidedly calm as my emotional dam collapsed. The turbulent wave of pent-up emotions was skillfully diverted into a torrent of aggression. That emotion was definitely required to extricate myself from the bizarre situation happening right in front of me. In my state of heightened lucidity, I entrusted my body to the fury. The metal bed held firm in my right hand, as if drawn there by a magnet. A mid-level sweep would be the hardest attack to dodge. I remembered reading something like that from a book about swordsmanship or something. I brandished my will to fight, the afterimage of that amalgamation. of metal flashed as it swung from left to right, beating against the entryway. A bat slammed into the right wall, the tip rebounding violently. Oh, that music is crazy. Ooh. Very calmly, I transferred the force of the rebound into a sweep to the left. The door of the shoe cupboard was split into pieces. Those two swings whiffed through empty space, but they seemed to have a great psychological impact on the enemy. I could feel the panic emanating from that space. The attack wasn't the only thing required. I extracted the bat from the cupboard it was embedded in and screamed as I spun my entire body around in a large arc. My screams shook the air, imbuing my ferocious swing with even more destructive power. Without mercy or restraint, my violent strike, with certainly fatal force behind it, shattered the top of the cupboard. None of my attacks struck the enemy, but my ferocity had certainly seemed to impact them. Breathing heavily, my entire body soaked in sweat, the invisible enemy there, but not there, dispersed. When I was certain that the enemy had retreated, I locked the front door and latched the chain. No way had it only feigned retreat and was now inside my house. Once again, I channeled my aggression and searched the house for the presence. But it was gone. I had succeeded in fending it off. At that moment, the tension drained from my body and I let out a deep sigh of relief. All right, there we go. That was fun. This guy isn't normal. This guy is kaput. He's completely broken in the head. Maybe Keiji accidentally swallowed a cicada, and all of this is from the cicada in his head. Maybe that's why the game is called Higurashi. Man, learning the Yakuza heat actions, that's rad. If Keiji was a real person, he would need to be experimented on by the government and see inside of his crazy head. I'm not sure how to feel about this whole insane paranoia plotline. I'm not sure either. Like, I like the rest of it, but Keiji is honestly getting on my nerves a bit by how absolutely bonked in the head he is. Chef, I also don't like rice cakes. Not even the ones with chocolate. Also, hey, Aunt Blazer. How you doing? Thank you for dropping by. Okay, I need to drink something after that. I closed the windows because of the neighbors. and yeah, let's just say it's pretty hot in here. This arc is nuts. I love it. I mean, I won't judge it before I finish it, right? So, for now, I like the story itself, but I kind of dislike Keiichi as a character. He's a bit dumb. Hello, Twitch chat. Thank God it works for once. So now that he's getting on my nerves more, I'm hoping his paranoia becomes somewhat justified and it's not just a cop-out, it's all in his head ending. The thing is, he might have the same mental condition that Rena does, because Rena is like certified sick, right? I don't think the whole thing that I don't think anything that that Oishi is telling us is a lie. I think he's purposely trying to get us to go crazy, or at least get us to go against our friends, but I don't think he's lying to us. So Rena definitely has some sort of mental condition, and maybe Keiichi has like the same. We don't know anything about Keiichi's past, right? Maybe he is crazy. Maybe his parents moved here because he also went crazy in his school, and he just never told us. Like, we as the audience right now don't know shit. It's all obscured. So I don't know. Maybe there's actually a reason for that, and we just don't know it yet. Maybe Keiichi is just an idiot. We don't know. We have no idea. So for now, I say we just follow the story. Keiichi was born in a prison. That would explain a lot. I have multiple mental conditions and I'm fine. I mean, I'm not saying he's not fine. I'm just saying that currently he's kind of going crazy. He just smashed his wall and the cupboard because he thought somebody was behind him, and when he didn't see anybody behind him when he turned around, he thought it was an invisible person. Let that sink in. But that's literally what just happened. All of the emotions I'd been holding back chaotically merged together and began to flood out. A hodgepodge of... that word is not fitting here. A hodgepodge of fear, accomplishment, and disbelief, all mixed together and began to flow through my body. Unable to deal with each individual feeling, I beat them all back with the strongest exhaustion. Even in this moment, I remained composed. After checking that all the doors throughout the house were locked, I went up to my room on the second floor and closed the curtains. So, why would you say that? We don't suck. Also, welcome. That's like the least nice thing anybody has ever said. You should all be paying Toho 19. What are you talking about? Okay. So he's holding himself up in the rooms. I straightened my back and tilted my head back a little. Hello, Didili. After clearing my mind of all my idle thoughts, I managed to calm down even more. What was that at the front door? There was definitely something there. Thinking about it, maybe it was just an apparition I dreamed up in my confused state. Hey, Dink. Chat is really out for blood today. I have no idea. Did anybody pay people in chat to diss me? Pick up the phone. I'm on the line. It's me. I'm the one who knocks. What the hell? But I really didn't think that was the case. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. Compose yourself. But no matter how calmly I thought about it, what just happened wasn't a figment of my imagination. It was obviously a supernatural phenomenon, and without a doubt something was behind me. It wasn't some sort of illusion I saw amidst the confusion and disorientation. Proof. I had just one piece. When I asked, "Who is it?" they inhaled as if they were about to answer. That sound had clearly reached my ears. The situation I was in right now was still unclear. Either I'd been possessed by the supernatural phenomenon known as Oyashiro-sama's curse, or this was a ruse by the villagers who believed in it and were imitating it. Either way, their motives were unclear. The roundabout way it had been done was also still a mystery. If it was perpetrated by humans, that would mean admitting that it was Rena and the rest of them doing it, but it would be solvable. Oishi-san and the rest of the police would surely arrest my enemy. But if it was a manifestation of Oyashiro-sama's curse, I wondered what would happen. Oishi-san very clearly declared that curses didn't exist. At that time, those words were pretty dependable, but as things were now, with the rising possibility that the perpetrators were not human, he suddenly seemed quite unreliable. What are you talking about? Suika, it's hard to be scared when you have an anime girl profile pic. Yeah, that's the best argument I've seen in chat today. When does the monster come out and make grown man cry like a baby? In about 10 minutes, probably. Make it so you can redeem a command that makes Inoji chuck all his water and go refill it. Why the fuck would I want that? Wait. What? Huh? Why is that a thing? Well, why are you talking about water refill redeem? Okay. Yeah, he's bugging out. Yeah, I feel bad just reading this monologue because it makes me feel like I'm paranoid. If I told Oishi-san this was the work of Oyashiro-sama's curse, what would happen? I couldn't imagine his reaction, but it would go without question that a void would expand rapidly between myself and Oishi-san. If Suika is actually Joe, then he should react to this. Also, Hollow Knight's back. Welcome back, personified game. Then Anioni came through the door and sells you car insurance. I can't even follow this chat anymore. I don't know what's wrong with you guys today. With me having so few allies to begin with, and not being able to confidently declare whether or not this was a curse, there was no merit to doing that. I'd better keep the facts of what just happened at the doorway to myself. It would be better if I didn't add what happened here to the memo behind the clock. There was still the ever so slight possibility that I was actually confused when I thought I was composed and I was just going berserk in the entryway. How wonderful would that be if that was really what happened? I would be able to refute Oyashiro-sama's curse. But if I denied Oyashiro-sama's curse, then that would mean admitting that Rena and the rest were the perpetrators. If I said that Rena and the rest weren't the perpetrators, then that would mean believing in Oyashiro-sama's curse. Okay, can we just acknowledge that he's been saying that for like the last 3 circles of thought? He's been going in circles the whole time since he's been in his room. Hello there, Joe. A Minecraft clock? Yeah, about that Minecraft. I still gotta set all of that up. It's also gonna be a fun thing. By denying both of those, I would be admitting that I myself was losing it. At least he's still sane enough to notice the possibility. The 3 options from which I couldn't choose became a trilemma of sorts. They mixed together and formed a whirlpool in my mind, making my head spin. Once again, I straightened myself and leaned my head back slightly to cool myself down. Calm down, Keiichi. Accept what has actually happened as reality. Stop thinking of anything more than that, but I couldn't help but think of it. How wonderful would it be if it turned out I was delirious and everything up until now was a figment of my imagination? Oyashiro-sama's curse wouldn't exist, and I would still be the bestest buddies with Rena and the rest. The bestest buddies. Never seen the word trilemma? Really? A trilemma is basically the same as a dilemma, but a dilemma, which comes from D for 2, is a problematic choice between 2 choices, whereas a trilemma is the same thing but for 3 choices. Trilemma means someone that plays Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's also what it means. It has 2 meanings. I think, Suika, are you actually Keiichi? Because it feels like your train of thoughts are about as coherent as his. I would have to be crazy. That was the first time in my life I'd ever wished for such a thing. What's gonna happen now? So where are the parents? Uh-oh. Oh no. The phone rang noisily downstairs. Generally, there were no calls for me, so I never really answered the phone much. But since my parents weren't here, I had no choice. Wait, where are they? Did I forget that, or did they never mention? Oh no, it's my big anime sister with the honka-donkas? Can you introduce me? I squirmed off the bed and went downstairs. Hello, this is the Maibara residence. Keiichi, this is Mom! I intuitively had a bad feeling about this. Oh, they're calling to say they're not coming home for the night. Oh god, it's all over. We're gonna die. This is the last day. It's Mom? Yeah, it is. Hollow Knight's on the phone? Can Hollow Knight talk? Like, seriously, does he talk? Is he a silent protagonist? I don't know. Is he even a he? Mom is calling and she's being held hostage? Well, that would be great. It was because I thought she was going to ask me to go out and buy some things, so I took the initiative. What? I don't mind having instant noodles for dinner. There's still a lot of them. The other day, we went out as a family and bought a whole case of cup noodles. That's my kind of grocery shopping. I wanted to get a bunch of different kinds, actually, but they refused since the individual packs were expensive. Dude, what the fuck? So instead, I got a whole case of the mega-sized pork bone and ginger-flavored ones I liked. But my parents don't like strong flavors and didn't touch any of them, so the cupboards were still full of them. So you see, there really isn't a need to go shopping, right? Keiichi, I'm not asking you to go shopping. Both Mommy and Daddy... They're still doing that thing. This guy is fucking 16-year-old, a fucking 16-year-old, and they're like Mommy and Daddy. What the hell? Like, I'm not reading that out loud, Hollow Knight. That's horny night. Yeah. Okay. Both Mommy and Daddy have to go to Tokyo right now because of work. Huh? Right now? This was really abrupt. No, we're already... They're just like, oh, our son's not home, let's fuck the shit out of here. We left this afternoon. It's quite a distance to Tokyo from Hinamizawa. Gunning at full speed down the highway would still take 6 hours. Dad has a license, but since he doesn't like the highway, they likely took the train. It would have taken longer. I'm thinking you might understand since you heard us speaking last night, but it has to do with Daddy's contract. Right now, things aren't going so smoothly. Now that you mention it, I did remember that they talked all that time about how his job prospects weren't looking so good. Daddy is really sensitive about things like this, so if we leave things as they are, it will affect his work. She turns southern. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm trying out something new. Part of my father's particular fragile artistic personality, his emotions change as easily as the fall sky. So like you. You could also say he couldn't take criticism. But something like this can be done over the phone? Keiichi, this is your father's job, so can you support him a bit, please? Anyway, it's just faster to talk about it in person, so there wouldn't be any misunderstandings. As their son, there was nothing more I could say once they started talking about work. So, we'll be back tomorrow night. Keiichi, will you be fine on your own? I have a fucking idea. What if his mom's so super overprotective, right? What if his mom called Rena over to cook for him because she thought it would be a nice idea to have the cute neighbor girl come over and cook for her son because she knows she likes him. But he's gonna flip. He's gonna fucking flip. Oh god, I hope this happens. If this was pre-schizophrenia, him and Rena would bet. They still can. I'm not. I ain't gay, but Keiichi's dad should support me like how he's gonna support it. What is wrong with you? I ain't reading that out loud. Wouldn't that be something? That would be... Did that happen? Or maybe she calls Rika over. And Rika calms him down. Because Rika seems to be like the person that always tries to de-escalate things. Say it out loud. I'm not. I ain't. Nuh-uh. Play Doki Doki Literature Club after we're finished with this series. Maybe. I'm scared of that game. Say it out loud to get banned. Oh, did I tell you guys that 2 of my Higurashi streams actually got demonetized? I don't know why, but they did, and probably because you guys said something weird in chat, and I already appealed it, and YouTube just said no. They usually just say, yeah, sure, you're right, your videos are fine, but this time they said no. They were like, nah, this shit is not monetized. No advertiser's gonna want that. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Mr. Streamer Man, your cute voice, your blue shirt. It's an Ace Attorney shirt. It's cool. YouTube can't contain our power. Your sweaty arm. My arms aren't sweaty. They're fine. Just a bit hairy, but not sweaty. Not sweaty. It's not like I'll die or anything. Keiichi, you shouldn't speak so lightly of dying. If there's something troubling you, just talk to us. I believe Mommy will be able to help out. Yesterday I did bring up if I died rather abruptly, so I suppose they were a little worried. Well, everybody would be. Stand up, I want to see that shirt fully. Okay. There you go. You see, hey, you see that? It doesn't work properly right now. It's because I got a blue screen and it tries to filter out the shirt. Take the shirt off. Nope. Nope. 50,000 subs. And then I'll take the shirt off. And I'll do a bikini hot tub stream. For future, you can turn off chat replay from VODs. I know, but the thing is, it can't turn off the on-screen chat from VODs. The only thing I can do is record without the chat showing up and then uploading the video file of the stream to YouTube separately. But I don't know if that would count as duplicate content. I'd have to try that. Alright. But really, I was more depressed by the fact that nothing would be solved by telling them. But I didn't plan on dying, at least not while I still knew nothing. I would never allow it. I won't die. I won't. I'll survive, even if I have to gnaw my leg off. Yeah. See you then. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about, son? I'm gonna hang up. You weird. Tomorrow morning, make sure to wake up and eat your breakfast. And don't forget to take a bath and brush your teeth. Yeah, see ya. The call ended like that. Sometimes my parents went off to Tokyo for business meetings, but Tokyo was far away. I ain't gay, but a hot tub stream would be dope. It would. It would. I don't blame the parents for getting away. Honestly, if they didn't get away, he'd probably kill them because he'd get suspicious of them. Can we get a promise that you will do a hot tub stream at 50k wearing a bikini? Yes. Yes, that's a promise. She went to Southern to British. Dude, I'm not even native English. It's hard. She's a super mom. Yeah, she moves a lot. They normally did things by phone. The times they did go were normally planned out in advance. It never happened this suddenly. I couldn't say that those circumstances didn't feel strange, or rather unnatural. Oh, will he suspect that the parents got called out of the city so he could be killed? Oh, this guy's completely done. Anyway, I only needed to recognize the reality of the situation, that tonight I was the only one in the house. That when my parents came back from work, I'd be gone, missing, vanished. Looking back on the series of events of the previous 5 years involving Oyashiro-sama's curse, it wouldn't seem that strange at all. Come to think of it, it was getting pretty late. I didn't think it was good that the only light in the whole house was from my room on the second floor. It was the same as broadcasting to the enemy that my parents were gone, and this was their chance. First, I ran to the living room, flicked on the lights, and turned the TV on to a reassuring volume. Next was the study. I similarly turned on the lights and some music. With this, from the outside, it would look like my parents were here. Once again, I went through the house, checking to see if there was anything left unlocked. When I saw the veranda and the laundry still hanging out there, I went pale. That would have made it too obvious. I needed to take it down. I snatched down the laundry haphazardly and erased all traces that my mother wasn't there. It should be fine now. The garage! They hadn't gone all the way to Tokyo by car, but they had gone up to the Okinomiya station. The garage was empty, wide open, and in plain sight. This was not good. I panicked and rushed out the back to close the normally open garage door. It should be fine now. Oh, I needed to get the paper. Mom always got the paper. Since I left in the afternoon, the evening paper was still out there. My premonition was correct. I pulled out everything from the mailbox and dropped it in the entryway. With this, for sure this time, it should be fine. Come to think of it, leaving the cupboard busted like that from my little freak-out was kind of bad. I'll just say I tripped and fell and the bat I was holding smashed into it. Even so, just leaving it in its current state wasn't good. I should clean it up a little before Mom got back and scolded me. Oh god. I remember that there was a broom and dustpan in the closet. As I was going to get them, the phone rang once again. He's actually going mental. Yes, he is. Yeah, it's ringing. Thank you, Suga. I hear that. Hello, this is the Maibara residence. Oh, is this Keiichi-kun? Is your mother around? She isn't here at the moment. Oh no, he told them. You idiot, Keiichi Maibara. Don't reveal that your parents are gone. You can follow up, so calm down and take care of it. I think she'll be back soon. That wasn't a good response either. Now they might say they'll call again, or to tell her to call them when she comes back. I have huge tatas. Does that run in your family? Bro, is it concerning I can relate a tiny bit to him? Wait, because you're afraid of being alone at home? Then that's fine. It wasn't anything important. Well then, sorry for the bother. The scenario I feared didn't play out, eliciting a sigh of relief. That call was fortunate in more ways than one. I'd have to deal with any telephone calls coming in for my parents tonight. I was somehow able to deal with the phone call just now, but I couldn't continue to rely on such poor improvisation. I needed to make up a good story. To explain that my parents were home, but couldn't answer the phone at the moment. I've got a pretty good idea of what you could say. Yeah, they're in the bedroom right now, and I can hear weird sounds. Mommy and Daddy are making some weird sounds. It sounds like it hurts. Could you please come over and help her? He's gonna wet his pants. He will. They were making tempura and couldn't step away right now. Well, that's convenient. I'm not super paranoid, but I do check all the doors are locked. It's not a huge fear, but it makes me on edge just a little. I get that. Honestly, I do get that. I was like that until I got cats, because when you have cats, you will very easily get used to weird sounds at night, and they don't scare you anymore. I'm in there with Keiichi's mother. We haven't seen her yet. Is she all right? That wasn't good enough. They were sick and went to bed because they weren't feeling well. Was that going to be safe enough? Oh, not again. What the fuck is with that household? Why is every 5 minutes somebody calling? I was thinking about it on the way back to my room when the phone rang once again. It was like they were calling because they knew I was gonna lie. I didn't want to pick up, but I knew I had to. They'd suspect my parents weren't here. I should have just taken the phone off the hook under the pretense that I didn't realize that it was. But since the phone rang, I had to pick it up. I prepared myself and lifted up the receiver. Hello? I stopped announcing this was the Maibara residence. I had no reason to be kind to someone I didn't know the identity of. The first victim should be the phone. This call sounds like they were going off in my house because I have headphones on. Does your phone sound like that? But unlike my uncouth voice, the person on the other side sounded goofy and lighthearted.
Hello, my apologies for calling so late. This is Oishi from the Okinomiya bookstore.
Oishi-san?
Is that you, Maibara-san? Good evening. Good to hear you are doing well.
Wait just a moment, please. I'm glad that apparently I'm not just doing a goofy voice for him, but he actually has a goofy voice. Ah, gosh. My ears are bleeding, come on. I grabbed the portable handset and rushed up to my home, my room with it. Isn't Oishi the guy that is Inoji? Yes, that's me. That's also my real voice. It was the same no matter where I was, since there was no one else home, but I wanted to be in a spot that just felt a bit safer when speaking on the phone with Oishi-san. You have the goofy voice of a carrot? How does a carrot sound? Sorry for the wait.
How are things? Anything changed since then?
Since then? When was that exactly? There was something about the brazen way he talked that rubbed me the wrong way. The last time I spoke with Oishi-san was 2 days ago. That was at that maid cafe, right? The day I stayed home from school, I met Oishi-san on the way back from the hospital, and we headed into town for lunch and had a talk. Then after that, Rena and Mion came to check up on me. Yeah, that was crazy as fuck. You can rub me the wrong way. The hot maid cafe. I still hope that we get to see one of those maids. They said their outfits were great, right? I want to see that. Maybe Rena will work. Oh my god. Oh my god, just imagine if Rena was a part-timer there. And yeah, I'm not going too deep into that. Whenever I spoke with Oishi-san, they always knew about it. It was like that since the first time I met him. Today's phone call may well be found out by them as well. Wait, what if they're both in on it? Like, what if Keiichi's actually right, and Mion and the others are actually evil and out to kill him, but Oishi is one of their partners, and Oishi is purposefully trying to make him scared, so he messes up or something. Stand up? I'm not standing up, no way. Nah.
Hello? Can you hear me, Maibara-san?
Huh?
So sorry.
What did she say?
I asked if anything's changed since last time. There wasn't an answer, so I got a bit worried.
I'm not really. The words stopped in my throat. There was a ton of stuff that happened, all of it baffling. What should I talk about? I didn't understand any of it, but I should try asking. If I didn't ask now, I may never have another chance. This night, when my parents weren't home, I had no guarantees I would make it through the night safely after all. Well, Oishi-san, it seems that someone is after me.
Really?
It could all just be a coincidence, but that day I missed school when I was sick, the two of them came to check up on me.
Which two?
Rena and Mion. They started asking about how I had lunch with you.
What next?
They left me some mochi when they came to visit, but there was a needle inside. Fortunately, I somehow didn't swallow it because it wasn't there. I still believe that the needle is just his imagination. You should play Slender. Is that even still a thing? Why are we still in the house? The Touching Grass DLC. That would be the best DLC for this game. We're in the house all the time. I wonder, could that have just been a threat?
About the needle!
It was just one of those common sewing needles you see all the time. There was a hole to thread string through.
Not that, Maebara-san. The needle itself. That's evidence. It could be used as proof that they threatened you. Where is that needle?
That's right. That's it. I dropped the receiver and rushed downstairs. When I tossed the mochi, I'd overlooked it out of terror, but that needle was a valuable piece of evidence. Let's see. I threw the mochi and needle at the wall to get... Didn't his mom clean it up? If it was there, then it would be on the living room wall. But my prudent mother had cleaned that living room wall, and there was not a trace of mochi left on it. Yeah, and if she found a fucking needle in your mochi, she probably would have asked you about it, Keiichi Maebara. My god, heart attack moment? What happened? Could it be that it dropped in the gap between the wall and the carpet? I frantically searched by running my palm along the carpet, but nothing turned up. I tried moving around the sofa and desks, pulling up the carpet, then flapping it around. Why is there a sofa in the kitchen? Huh? But I couldn't find the needle. Did my mom clean up everything without noticing it? It was just 2 days ago. I didn't know what day they collected the burnable trash, but it may still be in the trash bin in the kitchen. I rushed into the Oh, we weren't in the kitchen. I thought he ate that in the kitchen. I rushed into the kitchen, opened up the lid of the pail, and poured out the contents. But even at a glance, I could tell that it would be incredibly difficult to find a needle in this pile of trash. I was looking for a needle in a trash stack. I know, I'll try running my hand through it. It was a bit gross, but I was looking for a needle. If I felt a small prick, I'll be able to find it. It was a pretty tactless method, but it was the quickest. I held my breath and started striking the pile of trash with my hand. Filth flew about. There was nothing more disgusting than this, but it was not the time to be concerned about such details. I continued for a while, but nothing turned up. I wanted to search more thoroughly, but I was still on the phone. I shouldn't keep Oishi-san waiting for too long. Later, when Mom got back, I'd have to ask her if there was a needle. I hastily began scribbling on the notepad affixed to the refrigerator with a magnet. Was there a needle? I scrawled the words with a red pen. Then I dashed back up the stairs where I had been keeping Oishi-san waiting for far too long. Is that gonna be some sort of evidence when he disappears? Like, the only thing they can find in his house is a note of him asking, "What was there a needle?" in red pencil. Curse you, Keiichi's mom never cleaning. Yeah, why would she clean up the mess that he made? I would just leave it there and tell him to make it to clean it himself.
How'd it go?
I couldn't find it. I was really overwhelmed when it happened, and
I see. It would be great if you could find it. Keep it safe.
That's right, the needle wasn't the only incident. I had to tell him about this morning with the hit and run. Also, Oishi-san, that isn't all. Actually, this morning, that van was definitely aiming for me. I could say that without question due to the circumstances at the time.
Did you see the license plate? I can search for it from here.
Damn! At the time, I just flipped out yelling at him, but I didn't look at the plate. What failures on my part with the needle and the plate number. I was so focused just protecting myself that I let some of the most important details slip out of my grasp. You disgust me, sad baby streamer. What the hell? What did I do? What the hell did I do? Why would she pick up a needle from the floor? How could she? Yeah, and why would she throw that away instead of sticking it in his throat? I punched my pillow, annoyed at how worthless I was. I'm sorry, I don't know much more than that it was a white van. Okay.
Nothing to fret about, my Bara-san. Anybody would be shaken up after being hit.
I guess all of this really isn't a coincidence, is it? Oishi-san started to ham and haw over on the other end. I could imagine him folding his arms. Also, Rena is acting strange.
How so?
What Rena said on the way home today, asking why I was so much like Satoshi-kun. Now I could say it with confidence that Rena knew what happened to Satoshi. She knew that there was more to it than just him, just simply disappearing. Rena knows. She knows something regarding what happened to Satoshi, the kid who was demon away last year.
Well, what would that be exactly?
Rena said I was the same as Satoshi. She said something to the effect that the way things are going, I'll end up with the same fate as Satoshi.
Fate, you say? Exactly what kind of fate did she say would befall you?
Transferring out, she said.
Transferring out?
Rena said Satoshi transferred out. So, given how things are going with me, I'll transfer out too. Oishi-san let out a stern sigh and then grumbled loudly.
My Bara-san, that was probably some sort of threat, or maybe some type of warning.
Or maybe it was just, Rena being scared for her friend. Maybe. True masculinity is being open with your feelings and emotion. I have a sad face. I know I do. I've always had that. It's just the way I look. Okay, I already read that. I thought so too. At that point, I started to think, would it be prudent to sum up everything that had happened up until now as the machinations of some human perpetrator? Other than the theory of it being Rena and the others, I was left with Oyashiro-sama's curse actually existing as the only explanation. Of course, I couldn't tell that to Oishi-san, except Rena's strange behavior could be proof of either scenarios. Whether it was Oyashiro-sama's curse being real, or everything being part of a conspiracy committed by all of the villagers, Rena was involved. Rena had to know something. Rena was suspicious. What exactly was Rena? I couldn't help but think she was somehow involved with the prior string of mysterious deaths. What do you mean, what was Rena? She's a girl, right? I seem to recall that Oishi-san had admitted that he had dug into Rena's past a little. He was probably just downplaying it when he said a little, meaning he'd actually dug pretty deep, most likely. I wanted to hear about Rena. I wanted to know what happened at her previous school, among other things that were still unknown to me. If Rena Was somebody I should suspect? No, not that. I wanted to know the truth. Tonight, I was alone in this huge house. Even though I said I couldn't count on them, I had lost the security I felt I had just by my parents being around. It wasn't like this house was some sort of fortress or castle. If a malicious person decided to use brute force, they'd easily gain entry. There were no other residences close to the Maibara residence. No one would be able to hear anything, no matter how loud it was. I had never felt as much resentment towards my father's artistic temperament and the fact that he had his house built in such a remote location as I did right now. Wait, he had the whole house built? Seduce me, you big man. I already did, and you know it. So they had a fucking house built. How rich is that family? Oh no. I wondered if I would still be here by tomorrow morning. So I had to ask. Did I imagine that? I didn't, right? The doorbell rang. Right now. Because I had no idea when the next chance would come. Oishi-san, I have something I want to ask about. Please don't keep anything from me. Sure. Ask away. Even though he was so far away on the other side of the end of the line, this was the most reliable he had ever felt. I wanted to ask about Rena, about what happened at her previous school. Actually, regarding Rena's... I noticed a sound that had been going on for a while now. Are we gonna die? Are we gonna die now? It's the ding-dong. Oh god. I mean, this is basically the only night that something can happen, right? Something has to happen now. Because this is actually the only time something can happen. Since I was so focused on the call, I hadn't paid attention to it at first, but I finally realized it was the doorbell. The time was 7 o'clock. It was past the time the postman would be making a delivery, and past any sensible time for a neighbor to be visiting. I considered just acting like nobody's home, but that wouldn't be good. That would ruin all the work I put in, making it look like my parents were home. I need to answer the door.
Hello? Maibara-san.
Sorry, someone seems to be at the door. I'm going to see who it is.
A guest? I see, my apologies. Should we end this phone call now?
That would be a problem. No, I'll be back in a second. Do you mind if I just leave the phone on?
It's fine. I don't mind.
I dropped the handset on my bed and dashed down the door. I needed to make up a good excuse to get them to leave. I'd rather get murdered by Rena if it was tax bill. It's not tax bills. It's definitely not tax bills. Would you just give me one moment? I think my cat is eating some plastic outside. It sounds like there's some plastic being chewed, and I don't want her to do that. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. She actually did. Okay. Now we're fine. Okay. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. I had a hunch it was the lady who called right before Oishi-san did. Oh, that was a lady. I'm sorry. In which case, it would be one of the neighbors who's friends with my mom. I'll just say mom isn't feeling well and went to bed early. That would be the easiest option. Yeah, it would be, but it's probably not. It's gonna be Mion, right? Does he know? Do I know what? I guess it's probably gonna be Mion because she was the one checking up on him the last time. It'd be hard for her to ask me to wake up my mom if she's not feeling well. The bell continued to ring at regular intervals. If someone didn't answer after you rang the bell so much, you'd normally give up and go home, wouldn't you? Without removing the chain, I opened the door slightly and peered out at the visitor. A chill ran down my spine. I knew it. Somewhere deep inside, I had prepared for this moment. I had tried to escape by imagining it was the easiest person to deal with, one of my mom's friends. What is it?
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Good evening. It was Sans. It's not Sans.
Very good.
Oh no, the spam is beginning. Rena. There shouldn't be any reason for Rena to come over at this hour. The timing also made me feel uneasy, because it was just as I was about to ask Oishi-san about Rena. I wish I could have... Oh, that's not... Really? Now? Why do you like to destroy the moment? Right now? Okay. You are a fucker. Biggest jump scare of them all, push-ups. Okay, wait a second. Oopsie. I didn't want to do that. Wait a second, where's my camera? There it is. Alright. Time for more, push-ups. 5. And after that, I'm turning it off. There, you got it. What's worse, gravity or push-ups? They're kind of the same to me, honestly. You know? Because it makes it harder. You need to do them again? It wasn't working? Wait, what wasn't working? Turn the camera on? It was working. I see it was... I'm not dumb. Just a tiny bit, but not really. Okay. It was pitch black. That's what you like, don't you? Alright. But those unsettling words from Mion several days ago echoed back to me. Oh god, there she is. There is nothing this old man doesn't know. Look, she's in cutesy mode. She's fine. Are you alone, Rena? Yeah. Wait, did she leave? Did he leave the house? My big titty sister? I mean, kinda. Yeah. It seems that Mion wasn't with her, but that didn't change the situation at all. Why did you come here? Hey, Kage-kun, I'd like you to open the door so we can talk. Can I come inside, I wonder? It was true that speaking through a chain door wasn't the right way to talk to a classmate. But... at my house, the chain has to be on at night. Oh god. He's pulling that card? Don't worry about it. Then... it can't be helped, I guess. Rena looked at the ground sadly. But she kept smiling at least, and her effort to keep that smile up was quite pitiful. Even though she was tugging at my heartstrings, I didn't lower my guard. As long as I stayed like this, even if it made my heart ache, my life wasn't in danger. What I really feared more than the possibility that hoodlums would assault me if I removed the chain, was trusting Rena enough to remove the chain and having my friendship betrayed. As long as the chain wasn't unlatched, even if it made my heart ache, I wouldn't have to deal with being betrayed by Rena. Okay, so I just gotta ask a question. Because I've never seen a door locked with a chain. That seems to be a Japanese and sometimes American thing, but I've never seen that here in Europe. Is that even remotely safe? Like, isn't it super easy to unlatch the chain from the outside? Isn't it easy to break the chain by just slamming into the door? Is that really safe? It seems totally not safe to me. We just have locks. Like, and even that isn't safe, but a lock is still better than a fucking chain. We don't have a chain here in Sweden as well. Oh, you're from Sweden. Pretty close, actually. Okay, so a chain isn't safe. Okay, got it. All right. Since it didn't seem like I'd removed the chain from her silent urging, she appeared to give up on trying to get into the entranceway. Poor girl. No, it is safe? Really? Have you eaten yet, Ch.1? No, I haven't eaten. Since my mom wasn't there, dinner wouldn't be ready no matter how long I waited. I laid down when I got home, was woken up by the phone, and didn't have a chance to eat since I used up all that time talking. I was going to have cup noodles in any case. I could just eat one whenever I wanted to. No, not yet. What about it? Then good. Look here, I brought a bunch of dishes. Rena held out a stack of boxes wrapped in a cloth. If I could use your kitchen, I can heat up the miso soup and other stuff. It's fine, you don't need to do that. But there's a lot of tofu and vegetables in it. Does Ch.1 not like that type of stuff, I wonder? There's no way I wouldn't like that. Why is she British? She's not British. How does she even know that I haven't had food? Like, why is she bringing that? Did she actually get called over by my mom? Turn off the British voice? I'm not doing a British voice. I love miso soup with lots of ingredients. White radish, carrots, burdock root, and potatoes, dense and fibrous root vegetables. Yeah, that miso soup looks incredible. I also brought rice, so if you microwave it, it'll be ready to eat in no time. That's Shiv's job. Without a doubt, rice needs miso soup. Stuffing rice down your gullet, sipping miso soup in between ravenous bites. Oh, yes. How wonderful it is to be born Japanese. Your Rena voice is not British? Yeah, it's not. I know. Also, I made some more pickles. I made sansai pickles this time. Before I had moved here to Hinamizawa, I scoffed at the mountain vegetables called sansai, but I was captivated by their charm the first time I tried them. Will he let her in just because he's hungry? Make her British? No. We already got a British teacher. Such a deep, yet light flavor. Those so-called supermarket vegetables taste rough and overpowering in comparison. If you had to describe them, then they were the vegetables of the uninitiated. The vegetables of the destitute plebeian. To become an expert such as myself, you first had to partake of sansai. It was common knowledge around here that the Ryugu family's traditional pickles were wonderfully delicious. No matter what kind of pickles they were, they'd go so well with that fluffy white rice. And also, but wait, there's more? So delicious, it just seems so delicious. Farewell to my unhealthy self who said he'd make do with cup noodles. Rena appeared to be in good spirits and she was offering such a delicious sounding dinner. The stress evaporated from my gut and hunger reared its voracious head. At the same time, my wariness of Rena suddenly dwindled. Rena did say she was alone. It shouldn't be a problem letting her inside, though the possibility that it was laced with poison still hadn't been ruled out. Make the entire game British? Nah. Nuh-uh. No way. No way. At that moment, a cold chill ran down my spine once again. I couldn't understand why such a sensation had occurred just then. But the voice inside me was sounding the alarm. This happy Rena, speaking of this charming dinner, was dependent on one premise. And that premise was that tonight, dinner hadn't been made at my house. Oh, he's thinking smart. Are the eyes gonna return? Probably yes. Danger, danger. Like in Star Wars? Danger, danger. Meaning it was under the assumption that my mom, who should be making it, wasn't here. At any normal household, 7 o'clock would be around the time, would be around the middle of dinner time. If my mom were here, we'd be eating dinner around this time as well. The fact that she brought over all the makings of a meal at this time was inherently strange. Unless she knew. Rena, did she know that my parents weren't home? Yeah, let me just offer a very simple guess to that. Either his mom called her over, or, second possibility, the woman that called wanting to talk to his mom is Rena's mom. You know? And she just told her, hey Kate, she's alone at home, why don't you bring him over some dinner? This is no good, even though she's going off. She's gonna stab you with a knife, she won't. But there was also the chance that this was a bluff. I had turned on the lights and a bunch of other stuff to make it seem like my parents were here. There was a chance that Rena was unsure if my parents were home. But I had to wonder. The laundry, the garage, the evening paper, there were plenty of signs of them being hastily tidied up. It was hard to say that Rena didn't have a chance to determine if my parents were here or not. But there was no reason for me to confess that right now. I should try holding on to that fact as long as I could. First of all, the chain was still latched. As long as I didn't take it off, Rena wouldn't be able to do anything to me. Is that so? I do not believe that. I'm quite grateful, but dinner will be ready pretty soon. Huh? Is that so? Is that so? I know you went through all the effort and everything, but, well, unable to think of a good way to refuse, my words trailed off weakly. Oh god, are the eyes coming back? But some of this could work as side dishes, I think. I'm sorry, we have more than enough already. My mom always makes quite a few sides, so... Huh? You have side dishes? With a smile that bordered on a cringe, I dodged her questions apologetically, but the feeling I tried to ignore began creeping up my back again. I spoke as if my mom was setting down dinner right now, but it didn't match well with what Rena was saying. Rena was talking as if she was aware of some obvious fact, and that I was aware of it as well. So, Ch.1 can cook. What did you make, I wonder? No, well, it's not that Rena had assumed out of nowhere that I had made the dishes. No, not so much that I'd made them, but rather that my mom hadn't. Did you really make them? The side dishes? Did you, Ch.1? It wasn't me who made them.
My mom did. No, she's making them. Right now. So you see, I'm sorry, but I can't eat what you brought. Rena fell silent at that moment. At that moment, I felt that the light had suddenly disappeared from her eyes. Oh no. Run, Joe Biden, get out while you still have the chance. Yeah, we're in the White House. Oh god. It's gonna happen, isn't it? Okay, you guys ready? How about I try guessing what Ch.1's dinner will be? It doesn't matter what I'm going to eat. Let's see. The conversation might appear natural at first glance, but Rena was firmly in control. It felt like I was being interrogated. Your dinner. I wonder, is it something that can be made with just hot water? Hey now, stop with the insults. I can't believe you'd belittle my mom's extravagant dinner like that. Tickets sold out, full capacity already. It's that amazing. I tried my best to put on a strong front, but I couldn't grit my teeth quite right. So instead, I looked like someone who was borderline hysterical. But Rena showed no reaction whatsoever, even to that silliness. Ch.1, did your mother really leave you dinner? Oh, she knows. Oh, she knows, she knows. He's borderline hysterical. She was absolutely listening again to his conversation with the cop. You think so? I think his mom just called her. She hasn't really said anything that was out of the ordinary, right? If you look at it from that perspective, she's basically just playing with him, right? She's like, okay, so you're just having cup noodles, right? The dinner arc pasta la vista. No, you see, she didn't leave me dinner. She's making it right now. It's almost time for dinner. Rena had taken that assertion of mine that my mother was home and making dinner right now and was completely ignoring it. I could tell that the more I panicked, the colder Rena became. Hey, Ch.1. At that moment, an uncomfortable chill crept in from the gap in the doorway. Is it the Invisible Man? Oh wait, is the murderer the principal? Is your mom home? I wonder. I couldn't keep up this charade anymore. Rena knew full well that my parents weren't home. But I'd come too far to admit that now. Anyway, my parents were here and we'd be having dinner soon. That was the situation I had concocted. So I answered. I told her she was here. She's here? Of course! I could feel the humidity drying out from the surrounding air. Rena's eyes were becoming even more frigid, piercing me with their gelid glare. What is gelid? Oh my god. Oh god, there it is. Why? Huh? What do you mean? I tried acting casual, but that facade was torn off of me the instant I looked into Rena's eyes. That look, it informed me of Rena's response faster than she could open her mouth. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Why have you been lying to me? I wonder. Fuck you. I wonder. I'm not lying. That's a lie, isn't it? It's not a lie. Please. Rena's outburst sent a jolt surging through my body. Rena and I were still separated by what few inches that slightly ajar, but still chained door could afford. But despite that, I was still being cornered. My house, which I'd considered a safe haven until now, had become more like a dark alleyway where no one could save me. Shall I guess your dinner, Cage-kun? Let's see. I knew now that Rena had already known that my parents would not be here tonight, but it was still so strange that it had come to this. Even if she somehow knew that my parents weren't home, there was no way she should be able to guess what I'd be eating tonight. But Rena said she'd guess. How could she guess it? How could she know it was instant cup noodles? That's right, isn't it? I mean, that's not really hard to guess, is it? That I was going to eat. Wait, the cooking repertoire of a man who can't do housework is probably nothing but cup noodles after all. Looking at this statistically, it was the most probable answer. That didn't mean she was guessing. I don't think you'll be full with just noodles. I think having rice and stuff will definitely hit the spot. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. This was just a coincidence. Rena was just reading certain tales of mine. So the fact that she was inferring that I was thinking what I was thinking alarmed me. But it wasn't as if she was actually reading my mind. If it was being read, then she was a demon. No, not a demon. Things like that, they couldn't possibly exist. Do you like them? Do you mean noodles? No. What's that supposed to mean? What is that? What is she saying? Put a needle in her eye? No. I pissed my pants laughing, scary British anime girl. There's nothing British. Okay, so what the fuck is that? Can I play the audio, please? I want to hear if she actually says something. How does that work in the voice? Can I replay that? Oh no, not like that. It doesn't matter. Let's turn it off. I gotta get rid of this. This music is a bob. It's scary. Rena indicated that the point my answer was addressing was wrong. Her rebuttal was so short that I momentarily didn't understand the words Rena had spoken. Sorry, Rena. What did you say just now? Huh? About what? Just now, you asked me if there was something that I liked, didn't you? It wasn't long before I regretted how carelessly I pushed forward with that question. Oh, did she say mochi? It was such a simple answer. That was why I wasn't able to comprehend it. Pork bone and ginger flavor. Oh fuck, she even knows the fucking flavor. Why is it censored? Probably so you don't... So this hits you harder. It's so over. Go back to the voices and log after going past the line you wanted to read. It's alright, we know now. She has cameras in his home. I'd rather think she probably, I don't know, saw them at the supermarket or something. Oh god. Shit. Fuck, we're dead, right? I wondered how I appeared in the moments. My mind went completely blank until the moment I was able to recover. As my field of view began to distort, slowly swirling in a counterclockwise direction, I lost all sense of balance. Why do you know that? I didn't even deny it. That was the type of frenzied state I was in. How could Rena know even this? Not even caring, as I mashed my head against the door, I fixated my gaze on Rena, but she didn't even flinch when she saw me do that. I certainly did buy them. I bought a bunch at once. I bought a whole case. How could you know that? Why, I wonder? Quite strange, isn't it? Isn't it? How could you dodge the question at a time like this? The chain and the door suddenly were no longer protecting me. How do you know? Why do you know? Answer me! You bought them at the 7th Mart, didn't you? A shiver ran up my spine. It's probably the only fucking store in the whole village. Of course she would know. I mean, like, she's probably there as well. I tried covering it up with an angry facade. Like I said, why do you know that? I was behind you. Oh God. Following you the whole time. What are you saying? I couldn't understand why she was saying she'd been following me all this time. That's because Rena was right behind Ch.1's back the whole time. Like that night? That night I was absorbed in my phone conversation with Oish-san. I didn't even sense her being there, standing behind the door, behind me, standing there just like that. When Keiichi was picking out the noodles, I was watching the entire time. You picked out so many different flavors, didn't you? Then your mom got angry. If you were going to pick the expensive ones, then you should just pick one type, she said. Then Ch.1 picked out that big box of pork bone and ginger flavor that he loves so much. Didn't he? I like it too. Pork bone noodles. But I can never eat a whole big bowl myself. My brain was paralyzed, dulling my senses. Okay, so if she actually says that about being behind him the entire time and following him around, that is fucking creepy. You can't blame him for being paranoid after this. Yeah. Maybe she wants the pork in your pants. I'm not so sure if she can have that anymore. Like, this is borderline for me. I'm kind of out now. It might have been a defense mechanism to diminish the fear I was feeling to non-traumatizing levels. With the fear being diminished, the fog enveloping my mind was cleared away. Then I could understand what Rena was saying and started to put meaning behind her words. Even so, my fear hadn't subsided completely. It was like I was standing at the edge of a cliff, eyes closed so I didn't have to look down. It didn't actually solve any of the basic problems. I took a step backwards, and as I withdrew, Rena advanced. How would she advance? The door is closed. So, Ch.1, can you open this? We can eat dinner together. I'm sure it's gonna be delicious, so... Okay? What the hell? Rena's pale and slender fingers squirmed through the crack in the door one at a time, as if they had a mind of their own, rattling the chain. If she had unlatched the chain from the door, a feeling of terror would have just exploded within me. But Rena didn't do that. See, I told you can do that. Oh my god. This is fucking... Oh god. Told you aim for the eyes? No, she's so pretty. Who could resist that totally cute face and not let her in? But Rena didn't do that. She was simply imploring me to remove the chain. I tried my hardest to light the fuse to the powder keg in my heart, trying again and again. Clatter, clatter, but it doesn't light. It doesn't light. Open up, Ch.1. Please go away. I beg you. Please go away. Oh my... How can you say something so mean, I wonder? Please, go away, go away, go away! The powder keg inside me finally went off. No smoldering, it just exploded. I tackled the door. The force through the door had knocked Rena momentarily off balance. I couldn't hesitate here. I grabbed onto the doorknob with both hands, planted my feet firmly, and pulled with all my might. But that slamming sound I so desired didn't happen. I could feel a tiny, disturbing bit of resistance. Oh no! Keeping the door from closing. Oh, fuck no. Oh, shit. Please, no. Please. Did he fucking slam the door on her fingers? Ah. Fuck. Yikes. And the source of that was Rena's fingers. Oh shit. Each of those fingers wriggling, squirming around like the tendrils of a carnivorous plant through the crack in the doorway. It hurts. It hurts, Keisha. It hurts. It wasn't a harsh shriek, but more of a yelp she was trying to keep. Oh my god, the poor girl. Holy shit. Go away, go away, go away! I kept on pulling on the door with all my might. He goes on! I didn't even realize that if I didn't loosen my pull on the door at least momentarily, Rena wouldn't be able to pull her fingers out, and that's why the door wasn't closing. It really hurts, Keichka. I'm sorry if I was messing around too much. I didn't care one bit for her apology. No matter how much she apologized, it didn't change any of what she had done up until now. It didn't change anything. It hurts. It hurts. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go away. Go away. Go away. Rena couldn't leave even if she wanted to because I trapped her fingers. Rena's white fingers had become deep red and were no longer even squirming. Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Go away, go away, go away. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Rena's apologies were occasionally twisted with pain, but like a broken record, she was intent on repeating it over and over. Of course she is, you fucking monster. Oh my god, the poor thing. Go away, go away, go away. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. I pulled on the door even harder. Can we murder the fucking piece of shit that is my Barakeichi? Like, seriously. If one of her fingers flies off, I'm gonna close the game. I ain't playing that. Finally... Oh, you ass. Finally, Rena's fingers were somehow able to slip out from their imprisonment in the doorway. The moment that happened, the door closed soundly, and I could hear the thud of Rena falling on her butt on the other side. I locked the door immediately. It made a loud chunk, voicing my rejection to Rena. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Keichika, I'm sorry. Open up, Keichika. Rena leaned against the door, apologizing profusely and nothing else. After confirming that I was sufficiently sealed off from her, I tugged away from the entryway. On the other side, I could still hear Rena echoing her apology. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Those pitiful words, they would be forever seeking my forgiveness. I didn't feel bad about this at all, but that wasn't out of any sort of malice. I just felt a sort of hazy sense of relief that I was able to escape from Rena. Before, Mion had threatened me at this doorway, saying there was nothing she didn't know. And just now, at the same place, Rena told me the same thing. My feeble attempts to disguise the fact that my parents weren't home had served no purpose from the start. I should have just pretended to be out and not even opened the door. My meager plans hadn't helped at all in Hinamizawa. It was impossible to outwit them. Even though I was on the other side of the door, I wanted to get as far away from Rena as possible. 1 step, 2 steps. With each one, her sniveling apologies became more distant. I sprinted up the stairs and dove into my room. As you would expect, I was finally no longer able to hear Rena repeating her endless apology. Diving into my bed, I was startled by the hard lump I felt. There was something in my bed? Yeah, the phone, right? It was the receiver, yeah. Ah. Shit, oh god. I love it when my house turns red and the music turns British. Why British? This can't be real. Guys, what the fuck are we playing? I can't. I don't even know what to say. I feel so guilty right now. Remember the game's intro? Wait. Didn't Keiichi talk about a girl apologizing over and over in the intro? And him being like, forgive her already? No matter what she's done, if she apologizes that much, she can't, it can't be that, it's over anyways. It can't, if it can't be solved, then you should forgive her. I wonder, was that just foreshadowing? Or was that this moment, but somebody else was the speaker in that scene? Like, maybe some outsider that comes across the house when taking a walk or something, and he's like, dude, what the fuck, if she's apologizing so much, just forgive her already? The game's intro is about to come full circle. Yeah. It's interesting how you feel guilty reading a novel, don't you? These weren't your actions, but still, I feel bad for her. Can't wait for people to understand what's happening. It wasn't this? Okay. Local streamer. Yeah, my poor diaper. I'd love to tell you what I think it was, but that's like spooglers. Yeah, don't spoogle me, please. Maybe let's see if Oishi heard all of that. I finally remembered. I was in the middle of a call with Oishi-san. Looking at the clock, apparently not much time had passed since I went downstairs. Yeah, it was only like an hour. Could it be that my clock had run out of batteries? I had talked with Rena for so long, how did almost no time pass? But the hand on the clock was ticking forward, 1 second every second as usual. As I put the still warm receiver on my ear, time, which felt frozen, began moving once again. Like, maybe he just imagined all of that. Yeah, like, you're in the game, you're Keiichi. I mean, I kinda am, right? The whole game is playing out from his point of view. So, of course, I would feel bad for him doing something. Persona 5 game dies in Higurashi? What are you talking about? Hello? Oishi-san? Sorry to keep you waiting. No, not at all. I didn't wait that long. It became apparent that the amount of time that had passed between myself and Oishi-san was different. Over the phone, I could hear an energetic voice from a sports program or something. It drove home just how far away Oishi-san really was. Rena came just now. Can't you say something like, came over? Or something? Like, what's Oishi gonna think now if you say it like that? What's he gonna answer? Like, damn boy, you're fast? Did she come to play? I wasn't confident that I could coherently explain the situation to Oishi-san, but I didn't need to right now. Right now I know I needed to know about Rena. That's right, I was planning to ask Oishi-san more about Rena, but Rena's little visit had interrupted the conversation. What was true and what was false? I couldn't tell. The one thing I knew was the single grim reality that Rena was suspicious. I might be able to figure something out if I asked Oishi-san about her. Up until now, I had regretted it whenever I forced myself to ask about things that I was better off not knowing. But looking at it that way, you could say I'd hit rock bottom. There was no possible way I could feel any more regret than I did right now. No, rather, I wanted to know if there was anything beyond this I would regret more. Forget about tomorrow. It wasn't out of the realm of possibility for something to happen tonight. I wanted to know everything I could. I was absolutely not going to die like this. Not without knowing anything. I definitely won't. Regarding Rena Ryugu-san, I did a bit of digging. Yeah, well, it wasn't much. I understood that Oishi-san was talking in circles. A bit meant I dug so deep it'd be hard to discuss with you since you're her friend. I want to know everything from your research. Uncle Stream. Could you leave my diaper wipey out of that? I don't think you'll be very interested in what I have to say, though. Oishi-san. I spoke as calmly as possible to Oishi-san, who was continuing to avoid the issue, and then I said it. I think Rena Ryugu is suspicious. Even if the past incidents were from Oyashiro-sama's curse, Rena Ryugu is involved. Do you have some sort of proof that makes you believe Rena-san is suspicious? The manner in which Oishi-san spoke became very firm. Do you have some sort of proof? That was him talking as a detective. I only have circumstantial evidence. I see. I could tell even over the phone how disappointed Oishi-san was, pulling on the fishing line when he felt a bite only to reel in the bait. Disappointed but ready to cast the line once more. That's how it seemed. Oishi-san. You can't do anything without physical proof, can you? What I meant was, you can't come and save me without proof. I stuck that barb in there. As Oishi-san loved roundabout ways of saying things, he understood me just fine. It's fine, Maebara-san. I'll protect you. That was not the least bit reassuring. Oishi-san was just using me to continue his investigation. I was just gonna get killed, and my corpse would be an important piece of evidence. That's all I was to him. Whether I'm alive or dead may be of no concern to your investigation, but it's all over for me when I die. Logic. Oishi-san went silent on the other end of the line. That may have been too blunt, but I didn't care. All I needed to relay to Oishi-san was that I was currently in a very dangerous position. So, oops. Okay, that's not Oishi. So please tell me about Rena. Satoshi transferred out. Not too far in the future, I'll probably also do what Rena called transferring out as well. But you won't be able to find my corpse. You haven't even been able to find Satoshi's body yet. Alright, Maebara-san, please calm down. I was already suppressing my agitation, even without Oishi-san having to tell me. It wouldn't solve anything if I continued to scream about my mistrust in the police. It would seem that I could only depend on myself and the bat that Satoshi left behind to protect myself. Then I at least wanted to know about what happened before Rena transferred schools. You're aware that this won't be very interesting, right?
What is going on here? Are you talking to yourself, Suika?
Oishi-san, realizing my resolve couldn't be swayed, finally caved. Right now, to me, there is nothing that I'll find uninteresting. Please. There are a few things I need you to agree to. Okay. Please, keep this confidential. Also, part of this may be speculation. Not all of it may be true. Are you still interested?
Everyone knows I'm your favorite commenter? Are you? Who are you, actually? That's not rude. And I got a shout out? When? I'm God? Oh my. Wow. Wow, I'm so grateful for you being here. It might not be true. I don't understand what you mean. There isn't one main investigation for the mysterious chain of deaths in Hinamizawa. Each one is treated as its own individual case. Thus, Rena Ryugu has never been linked to any of the investigations. Basically, you see, this isn't an investigation of Rena done by the police, and is a personal inquiry, is what you're telling me. This'll make things a lot quicker since you understand. All of it is from either phone calls or meetings and interviews, so they aren't corroborated. I'm asking you to take this all with a grain of salt, is what I mean. Hey, Enfoso. E to you too. You said my name? I did say your name, Suika. Okay, are we just gonna spam E in chat now? What happened here? Do we have an agreement? All of it is just from what you heard? Yes, my apologies. It's all my personal investigation, you see, so it's illegal. Everybody likes my name? I do like your name. That thing. Before you said you saw Rena's chart, didn't you? I'm sure I heard you say that. Oishi-san paused for a moment on the other end of the line. I told you that too. Please pretend you didn't hear anything about that. I didn't care about Oishi-san having certain obligations and responsibilities. I also didn't care if there was no proof. Even if there were just rumors, there's no smoke without fire after all. Please tell me, Oishi-san. Understood. Oishi-san finally opened those tight lips of his. How about you keep those lips shut? It seemed that Rena lived in Hinamizawa a long time ago. What? Oh, wait, what? So she lived there and then moved out and then she came back. EA Sports. Haven't heard that in a long while. Do they still do that? She had moved to Ibaraki Prefecture just before starting elementary school. Then, following that, right after transferring, the unfortunate incident with the breaking of the school windows. Wait, that wasn't in elementary school? No, they no longer say EA Sports because they suck. What the fuck is going on in chat? What did Alfonso do? You will never steal my man? Who's your man? Who's gonna steal? Oh, I'm completely confused. Okay. Then Rena confided to the doctor. It was a Yashiro-sama. This was everything I knew. There isn't much difference between what I know and what you know, Maibara-san. Then what part did you investigate further? I didn't need to ask. It was the incident right after before she transferred back to Hinamizawa. The incident Rena was responsible for, and what she divulged to the doctor afterwards. Correct? I must go now. Goodbye, Alfonso. Thank you for a lot of ease. I hope you're having a good day. See you around. Say my name. E. Oh wait, that's not your name, right? No, I was confused. I'm sorry. Suika Ibuki. Say I'm better than everyone else? I can't say that. I can't say that. That wouldn't be nice. I'm not Keiichi. I'm not an asshole. I also have to depart now. It's alright. Sleep tight, man. One last E. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Do you lose brain cells when you reach that? I do. I have no idea what's going on today. Goodbye. Thank you for being here, Dink. Sleep tight, man. Yes, you can. No, I can't. But I can say that you're absolutely great. And I'm very, very happy that you're here. Thank you, Suka. Yes. After you learned about that, you started suspecting Rena and the others, didn't you? Yes, I did suspect them. So they're the ones after all. No, that's not what I meant by suspect them. What? Oishi-san was the type of person to say things with confidence, but these particular words were less than reassuring. Then, who did you suspect? That it was Oyashiro-sama. Huh? That Oyashiro-sama's curse really exists. Yeah, right, well... Oishi-san's love was quite dry, certainly not the kind that would make you want to join in. Oishi-san resumed the conversation. Did you just call? I like when the gun goes pew. What the hell? I think I'll take a break of like 5 minutes from chat. There's no gun in the house. About the dubious circumstances behind Satoshi's disappearance, the curse of events leading him to delve into Rena's past. Just then, there was thunder in the distance, and a heavy rain started pouring down. It came without warning, a downpour fiercely beating the ground. Hey, that's the same thing that happened to us on Saturday. That was great. Show me your cat. I can't. She's sleeping right now. And she's sick. I can't wake her up.
I had left the window in my room open a crack to let the heat out. The violent wind danced into my room, making the curtains flap wildly. What is it? Ah, nothing. It suddenly started raining heavily. Sorry, please continue. I got up while I was still on the phone and grasped the window. I said at the beginning it was an incident, but because neither the school nor the victims filed charges, the police were never involved. What do you mean, victims? I thought... Wasn't it just the windows? In Fonso, I can't say all those ha's. But I can't say it's hot in time. Police were never... the fuck? So, you see, those involved were very reluctant to talk, regardless of there being a victim who had one eye beaten so badly that it had permanent damage. What the fuck? It could have been the school or possibly some individual who made arrangements to keep this from going public. Also, the psychologist was very strict about their professional ethics. Hello? Maebara-san, can you hear me? What's up? There was a figure of the person standing by the light near the mailbox this whole time. Even in this torrential rain, they didn't have an umbrella. They were unquestionably drenched from head to toe. In this shower, which more resembled a waterfall, droplets of water dripped down from her hair. Wait, what the fuck? Is Rena still there? Sing you're out of touch? What is that? Oh my god, look at her finger. Oh my god. Oh no. Just standing there, both arms dangling at her side. That poor girl. In one hand was the stack of boxes wrapped in cloth. Her eyes focused on my room, focused on me as I was about to close the window. Her mouth was methodically repeating a chewing motion. Wait, what? It was as if she had something hard to chew in her mouth, with her cheeks puffing out. What could she be eating over there? How could it be that at this time I was more enthralled by Rena instead of the shocking developments being brought to light by Oishi-san? You got clothes? Yeah, I do. Like a lot. If it hadn't started raining, I wouldn't have gone to the window. Then I wouldn't have noticed Rena, nor would I have noticed that. Rena's mouth was moving in the same pattern. She wasn't eating something. She was repeating something. What was it? Was she repeating? Please tell me she's not saying I'm sorry. I like when the streamer chats with the chat, so the chatters chat with the chatter, so the chatter interacts with the chatters chatting. Okay.
Look at the comments. I got a shout out. Got another shout out. Nice, Suika.
Okay. To me? What was she saying? And why was I right up against the window, fixated on her? Hello? Maibara-san, can you hear me? Hello? I'm sorry. Huh? Maibara-san? I'm sorry. Hello? Maibara-san, what's the matter? Even in this torrential downpour, Rena was still apologizing. The other self inside me drew the curtain hastily with my right hand, blocking my view of the outside. Is that blood on her hands, or is that me? No. There is blood. High five. Yeah, sure. There we go. But even doing that, Rena's relentless apology still reached my ears. I'm sorry. If I forgive you for this, will you forgive me for that? Please stop. I'm sorry. Damn it! Why should I have to forgive her? I'm the one who wants to be forgiven. What part of me can't you forgive? I won't be killed. If you won't forgive me, then I won't forgive you either. I won't forgive. Forgive. Maibara-san, if you can hear me, then please respond. Hello? Oh, wow. Oh, wait, I got no goofy thing to say. Yeah, who is Joe? Who is Enfonso? I have no idea. Oh my god, this is going really crazy. But the rain sounds nice. I like the sound of rain. Like from the Glaggoland lore. What is Glaggoland? Don't worry, Oishi, it's just Keiichi having his regular mental breakdown. Just imagine Oishi is like that on the phone for like half an hour and he's like, yeah, that's totally normal, I know that. He'll come back. Every normal cop would have already sent a patrol car his way, honestly. Okay, we got new tips, right? Split personality at the 7th mark. Oh! Do we actually get a view at what happened at the market? Glaggoland stream win. I don't even know what Glaggoland is. I see it in movies quite often, but what is it exactly? Multiple personalities are thought to be escapism. Multiple personality disorder is a form of escape? Correct. The exact mechanism is not fully understood, but it's believed to be a type of defense for the brain to retain mental stability. Hypothetically, poor people imagining themselves as wealthy is a form of escapism, is it not? Is this also a form of multiple personality disorder? Oh, that's me. I got 2 shoutouts in name, my golden play. Remember when I was in this part of the game, it got so heavy I almost wanted to go back to the goofy first half of the game. At least everyone was happy. I still do not want to go back to that, but I am feeling very sad right now. I wouldn't go that far, but broadly speaking, one could infer that. It's something that occurs in us all. Does a split personality occur when one cannot tell which is reality and which is the escape? That's difficult to say. There are some who agree with that, and some who disagree. There is no consensus. Then is the occurrence of multiple personalities still an unknown phenomenon? Something not fully comprehended in the psychiatric field? Unfortunately, that is the current state of things. We can only put our hope in future research. But it's sort of cool having a split personality. What kind of people get split personalities? Recent studies find that those who develop it, or rather those who are more susceptible to developing it, may be genetically predisposed or may have had abnormal mental development. Wait, is that trying to infer that Keiichi did have some sort of incident in his past life? I even miss Sadako. Okay, you're not right in the head. No. We don't miss Sadako. No way. Not now. I know too little about her to have positive feelings about that little shit. I miss the days where Keiichi showed his flies to everyone. Yeah, that was the first day where everything was still good. One time I saw an Enfonso in my backyard. I approached it, touched it, and now I'm here as an Enfonso. Oh, so Enfonso is basically a parasite. Can you give me a shout out? Hey Suika, what's good? I am the final boss of the Enoji chatters. Now that's Jay. Jay is never leaving. Jay is always here. But on the other hand, Joe is also always here as soon as he hears like Void or Hollow Knight. I even forgot about Sadako and now I've been reminded again. I'm afraid. I'm very afraid of Sadako. Okay, so Keiichi is broken in the head, is what they're saying. Some say that childhood abuse increases the chances. Speaking of which, Person A here experienced abuse as a child, didn't he? How sad. Person A has 7 different personalities. Let's watch a video of him. Right after these commercials! What the fuck? I'm watching you under your bed. Oh, that means... Okay. Cool. That was you. Yeah, but Jay isn't the owner of the Jonopoly? Nah, that is true. But Jay is the owner of the most channel points had he not cheated the system. Sadako did nothing wrong. Please don't ban me. I wouldn't ban you over something like that, but I will judge you. Okay, let's read the 7th Mart. Oh god, we haven't heard that music in a long time. Cowstoop is sometimes coming in here just to comment that we're still playing this game. The 7th Mart was a bargain supermarket with food and alcohol. What's this, Keiichi? So many. There's no reason to get all the different kinds, is there? I flopped all the different colored cup noodle bowls into the cart. No, it's bowl, it's not bowel. A bowel is something else. Cup noodles have gotten so elaborate recently, and there are a bunch of different types. I want to try each of them at least once. I knew it was pretty selfish of me, but I thought I'd at least give it a try. Keiichi, buy them in the big case. It's cheaper. Dad faltered. Well, I had a feeling it'd end up like this. Now that Dad had thrown his head into the ring, I'd have to compromise. Then I'd only get to eat one kind. I'd get bored with it. I was resisting as a formality. I had already given up inside and wasn't sure which case of noodles to get. If you can't pick, then Mommy will pick for you. You don't have to rush me. I quickly searched the cases of noodles for what I want. Pork bone and ginger, large cup. Hey, Keiichi, can't you get a more normal one? If I let Mom pick, she'd err on the side of safety and get some soy sauce or salt flavored. I'm hiding in your closet? No, you can't do that. Joe's already in there. I'm bored as fuck to me. I'm sorry about that. What is Summertime Saga? I've never heard of that. Pork bone is good. You get a large serving, but the flavor isn't too strong. I remembered insisting that the noodles I picked were the right kind. Uh-oh. In this frozen memory in time, this encapsulated world, I didn't have the power to look around my surroundings. Oh, is that Keiichi trying to remember this? I'm in your fridge. Well, that's a nice and cozy 5 degrees. I'm hiding in your drawer. Actually, do people even have one of those near their bed anymore? I do, I have two. So, I did what I could and reached out with my hearing and vision, sharpening my senses to find the presence I overlooked. No matter how much I searched through my field of vision, I couldn't see Rena. I rewound the situation, searching, but of course I couldn't find her. Then, was she spying at me from my blind spot? I go through the sound and presences again, looking. I could sense the other customers. They were all mixed about, moving as they pleased. There was nobody looking over this way, and no one trying to get behind me. Not here. Couldn't be here. Probably wasn't here. I would definitely notice if someone was right behind me, even when I wasn't on my guard. I smiled wryly at the thought of using a vague word like probably right before contradicting it with definitely. I'm eating chicken right now. Are you my cat? Then I paused my mental replay as a chill ran down my spine. There was definitely a presence like a shadow behind me. That was a terror unlike any other. If a presence really had manifested behind me, I would definitely have turned around to check for it, but the world had moved on and there was no way for me to turn around. While carrying that frightening shadow on my back, I was gleefully running around the store searching for a case of noodles, running through the instant noodle section, bad-mouthing my mom. But there was that presence constantly at my back, sticking to me like a shadow. No way to see what it was. Realizing it now after the fact was horrifying and repulsive. In that moment of time, I was running around gleefully, carrying that cardboard box. Tip-tap. But listening to that moment again, I could hear footsteps other than mine going pit-pat with every step. Tip-tap, tip-tap, tip-tap. Pit-pat, pit-pat, pit-pat. Tip-tap, tip-tap. Pit-pat, pit-pat. Tip-tap, pit-pat.
Hello.
Pit. Oh, Hollow Knight is back. What's good, Hollow Knight? While I was running, the sound of those barefoot footsteps going pit-pat were right behind mine. Me running around gleefully in that closed-off moment in time. But I didn't hear it. Ban Joe? Why would I ban Joe? He's calling me mental? Wait, he what? He didn't do that. Just saying hello after 2 hours of stream. Hello, Joe. No, I heard it. That's why I remembered it. I didn't think I had heard anything. That's why I didn't turn around. That is why I didn't turn around in that moment. The pit-pat of those footsteps were following me the entire time. I couldn't run faster and escape. I couldn't run any faster than I had run at that time. I couldn't turn around. I hadn't turned around before, not once. Then I returned to my parents and started talking. The shadow-like presence was right at my back. Since I didn't move, the shadow didn't move. That is why it made no sound. That was all. At that time, I hadn't taken a single step while talking with my parents. I was just standing there. This was undeniable. And yet, I heard it. A pit-pat. That shouldn't be. If I took 3 steps, it followed 3 steps. Wasn't that the rule? There was no sound other than that. At that time, the entire world had gone dark. A sudden darkness. It was the end of my reflective journey. I was tired. I wanted to end it. Someone turn on the light, except my body couldn't move, as if I was soon into that moment in time. Pit, pat. My past self's hair stood on end. That's impossible. Now that's just breaking the rules. I haven't moved, so you shouldn't be moving either. I couldn't move, so you shouldn't be able to move either. Follow the rules. Pit-pat. Yet that sound echoed in the darkness once again. The hair on my back, the hair on the back of my neck pricked up on end. It was so close that it was hard to tell whether it was touching the hair or not. Why couldn't I move? Like how the presence was moving behind me, I quickly realized I could move. It's just that I was scared and didn't want to. But now was the only time I could turn around. It was something unforgivable in this moment in time. But I needed to turn around immediately, as if my entire being was trying to force me to stop. It began to administer a pain like a needle being stuck into my every pore. I'll turn around. I'm not scared at all. I'll turn around. I'm not scared at all. A scream I was unable to vocalize. I turned around. At first, I couldn't understand the meaning of it. What is this? Just as a person's mouth might bite into an apple, slurp the juices, and finally discover that it was an apple, my mind began to process the scene before my eyes by eating the apple. Munch, munch, chew, chew, slurp the juices, and discover the apple. Meaning, what was in front of me was... What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Huh? This chat has lost it. That's not how you scream. Hollow Knight, could you tune it down a bit, please? Ban this man? I'm not banning him, but I'm asking him to not spam like that. Please do not spam. Seriously, okay, sorry, my good sir. A demon possessed me. Yeah, that's fine. It happens to the best of us. It even happens to Suika. Alright. So, apparently this game is a decent bit longer than I thought. Which demon? Oh, Yashiro-san. Obviously. Who else? I did say that today I can't go overtime as much as I did the last few weeks on Mondays. Because I usually only do 2 hours on Mondays, and I did 4 for every Higurashi stream so far. But I can't do that today. So I'll have to leave you with that. Please, Joe kidnapped me. Oh, that's okay. Joe will feed you. Just gotta tell us where, and I'll send you a pizza. Anyways. I was hoping we could finish today, but apparently we cannot. Because I guess this is probably gonna be a bit longer. How many achievements do we still have left? 3. So we still got 3 chapters. That won't be happening today. So, even though I'd like to go on, I can't. Yeah, we'll help cute little Bugman. Please, Joe, could you let him go? And I want a photographic proof of that, please. Hollow Knight snitching on Joe, that's illegal. Still time left in the game for a whole stream. Okay, then we'll do it like that. I'll try to get the time to do a full 4-hour stream next week on Monday, so we can finish Higurashi. I mean, even if it's not a full 4-hour stream, I'll try to make the time so we can have some overtime if necessary. And starting on Wednesday, maybe some of you guys have already seen that, we're gonna play Celeste. That won the last poll, and I'm very excited to play that, honestly. We won Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight doesn't exist. That's not a video game. So, I'm looking forward to Celeste, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. Thanks for being here today. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Hollow Knight, if you're a real person. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Cowstube. Thank you, Alfonso. And thank you, Suika, for being here. I had a lot of fun, even though I'm scared out of my mind. Have a good one, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Alright? Goodbye.